motivation. My hood love me, they say that I'm their motivation. I'm their motivation. I'm their motivation. My hood love me, they say that I'm their motivation. I'm their motivation. I'm their motivation.
What's going on? It's your man Ryan Righteous of the Trackstarz. I'm here with DJ Jeremiah Shantana, and I got Thi'sl. And we're at Flavor Fest 2013, and I got one thing to say to you.
What's that?
Church closed. APB. Man, what? When that dropped, we were like, that is the most. It's official now. It's official. Oh man, I mean, because you came from a real place, you know, and that's what we respect in this movement from entertainment, is that you did have a life in the past, and you're not ashamed to talk about that and tell us how you want to see other people, you know, free from that lifestyle. So that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about, like, when you're writing a song, when you're coming up with what you're going to say. We know it comes from a personal place, but why is it still relevant today when it's been so far removed from your life?
Because I ain't removed from that life like that.
Okay.
You know, like most dudes don't be like, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a Christian and you're not, you know, strong enough to be in certain environments, I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
Or most dudes don't even, or have never been around certain type of people.
Yeah.
But my music stay the same way that it do because I'm still around them same type of people. Like St. Louis is, it's a unique, like people that come to St. Louis that don't live there, a lot of people are afraid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know people that have lived there, moved away, and come back and be like, man, am I cool? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, dog, what? Like, why are you paranoid? But it's that type of place. But that's where I live. So like, I'm comfortable in St. Louis. Like, I'm comfortable in any hood.
So
but I respect it. But the reason my music stay relevant and still has a certain feel, because I'm still in them same environments. Like, I'm still in the hood. I still be around the same kind of people. You know what I'm saying? I still see the same type of stuff. Only difference is now I'm projecting it through a Christian point of view. But it still got the edge because I'm still around the same type of people.
So what does your community think of you?
They love me.
Okay.
They love me. Like my neighborhood, they love me. Like when I did the song Motivation, they said my hood love me.
Yeah.
They said that I'm their motivation. That was real. That was real talk. The motivation video is a real event that I do in my neighborhood every year. Like we at Flavor Fest right now. We in Tampa, Florida. Like, I got my cousin with me from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like these are the type of dudes I travel around with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, people think I exaggerate. Well, they probably don't think, because if I came and said, man, I jumped off a bridge and I slid down a pole and I grabbed the rope and I swung around and then they're gonna be like, he's lying. Even if they see me, if somebody else come along and say, yo, he really did. They, in your brain, you still can't put it together if it's never happened to you. But like, when I talk about certain stuff, people, like, I ain't even touched it's the tip of the iceberg of stuff that I could talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't a Christian, like, I could say some of the worst stuff in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, even being a Christian, like, there's certain stuff that I don't say that I possibly could say, but the vibe and the energy of it is still the same because I'm still around the kind of people. I project it different, and they love me. Like, when I say my hood, they love me. Like, I ain't to do like most people. Like, I lost my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't. Like my hood, they support me 100% because we buried enough people together for them to know what I'm doing is good. So my hood, they like, dog, you can't come back. They like my hood ain't the dudes that's trying to pull me back. Like, dog, why you ain't out here with us, man? They like, dog, you can't come back. We don't need you out here. We need you doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? They like, we need you doing that. So I help keep them focused as they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, when stuff happened in my hood, when they beefing and they ready to kill each other, they call me. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, they call me because they want me to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They want me to be like, dog, now you tripping. So I still live in a real environment like that. Like, most dudes don't. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have that edge. Like, I live in a city where people die every day.
What advice can you give to somebody who is coming from that, but they just haven't made up their mind about Jesus? Like, how did you come full circle and just be like, this is I'm sold out. I'm sold out to this.
I remember one of the things that rocked me when my cousin Tank got killed in 1999. One of my friends killed him. Like, one of my partners I grew up with killed my cousin.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's what the Lord used to straight rock me.
Wow.
You know, and when that happened, I remember going and being in the hospital room, going to the hospital room and seeing him in the room like dead. And so when I walked in there, he was laid out on the table, eyes shut, mouth open, blood, you know what I'm saying? Like, where they had just got him in there, he just died, and they let you in to see the body before they do whatever they do. And I remember looking at him, and honestly, it was the first time in my life that I thought, like, man, like, when I die and leave this world, I'm gonna go to see God. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what is God gonna think about me? And so the following days, I wrestled with that. You know what I'm saying? Before then, I thought God was cool with everything that I did. I thought God was, I'm like, if God know everything, like my granny said, God knew I was gonna be born here. God knew these dudes was gonna be trying to kill me. God knew I was gonna have to, you know, like, survive and protect myself. God knew I was going to have to sell dope. If God knew all of this, then God must be cool with it. But and when I saw Tank die, it caused me to think about it in a different way. Like, is God cool with my life? And then when I heard the gospel, I saw that I was a sinner. Like, I saw, like, now God is not cool with my life. So I would tell dudes that's going through it and living like that, like, we believe because of the environment we're in, the people we grew up around, and the way the situation is set up, we believe that we are supposed to live that life. We believe we were born to be goons and killers because of where we at, but we not. Like, God created us to have a relationship with Him. Because of sin, that relationship is broke, but because of Jesus and the gospel, we call back into that relationship. So I would tell a dude that's living that life, that's trapped out in the streets, that's going through the kind of stuff that I went through growing up, I would tell that dude to really, really think about, like, when you, like, everybody knows we gonna die. Everybody know that. My question is, when you die, is God gonna be pleased with your life? And the only way that God is going to be pleased with your life is if you gave your life to Jesus and accepted Him as your Savior. Not only where you're going to go when you die, but how are you going to maximize your life while you are alive? You know what I mean? Because if I live the rest of my life selling dope, messing with 100 girls, you know what I'm saying, having babies, killing people, or doing whatever I'm doing, and I live and die, we have this mentality in our brain that say, man, I gotta make it to heaven because I done been through hell here. That's not true. This is not hell. You know what I'm saying? This is America. This is the land of opportunity, the land of milk and honey. Like, I could come to America with $5 and come up and be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? With the right work ethic. So this isn't hell. I can have my choice of whatever pleasures I want. Like, there's too many things available for me for this to be hell. So I would tell dudes, man, like, think about that. Like, think about how do you want to live your life and how do you want to die. Because there's only one way to make it make sense. And that's to live for Jesus.
Man, that's awesome, man. Couldn't have summed that up any better. We know you're down here at Flavor Fest having a good time. Tell us about the Chris Chicago wrestling match. We saw that you were pulled out prematurely. What
Chris been talking junk to me, man. He been talking junk, wanting me to wrestle him, you know. So when I found out I couldn't wrestle, or, you know, wrestling might not have been in my best interest. You know, wrestling might not have been in the best interest of Thi'sl, the brand. Let me get my belt. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my belt up in here. You know what I'm saying? When I figured out wrestling might not have been in my best interest, I said, well, let me get me a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And pull the wrestler in, and we got that business handled, and we got our belt. Now Chris Chicago, you know, he got to deal with this for the next year. Me walking around with this belt.
Did he know it was coming? He didn't know.
He knew he was gonna lose. That was a guarantee. He knew he was gonna lose dealing with my situation. You know, so it was funny though the way the situation came about, man. In real life, one of the things that me and my cousin talk about doing with Full Ride, because the whole Full Ride name came from a sports correlation. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, Jesus dying on the cross, He paid everything for us. So it's like, when I became a Christian, it's like I got a full ride scholarship. All I got to do is show up and ball. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is show up and do my part. Everything paid for me. So when I had the whole sports, you know, correlation when it was created, one of the things that we actually been talking about back and forth is doing like a full ride sports part.
Okay.
Because in cities like St. Louis, you got hundreds of kids that are super talented, but they don't get looks because the schools don't look there, because they look at St. Louis like it's a wasteland to some people. So they don't even look at the school. So that's one of the things I've been brainstorming on, man, trying to create a website in some kind of way where we could take kids and get them the kind of looks that they need. Even for one of my little cousins, like my little cousin, like he live in the hood. Daddy got killed when he was little. My little cousin's an amazing athlete. He's a boxer. He got 2 or 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? He's scheduled to fight in the Olympics in a couple of years. So just taking people like that and saying, man, let us help you out, so you ain't got to worry about how you gonna do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we actually looking to get into. So once I had to get the wrestler to beat up on Chris, it kind of made me really feel like, man, we need to go and make this happen. So like next year, I might bring a wrestler all the way from the loop, let him do a couple leg drops on that boy, or whoever want to get lined up.
Well, my DJ would hurt me, man, if I let you go without asking you about what's coming up next for your music.
Man, I got this Gurl Code project that we just done. Full ride, October 22nd. It'll be out. Whole album, female MCs, all the rappers, the singers, everything, none but females, top to bottom. So we got all kind of styles of music on it, man. Everything from folk, hip hop to pop to hip hop to R&B, like everything, bro. Like a whole variety and mix of stuff. So we got Gurl Code October 22nd. Then I'm working on an autobiography. When people get this book in their hands, I think they'll have a better understanding of why I say certain stuff. It's gonna give a much broader picture, you know, of like way more than you get from a song or album. So I got the autobiography. It'll be out first quarter between January and March, and then I got a new record I'm working on called Fallen King. It'll be out between January and March. I'm already 14 songs into the album.
Yeah, we're ready for 2014.
We've recorded 14 songs already. So foundation of the album is laid. Just gonna do some probably like 6 more songs. Throw them in the pile. Pick some stuff from that. And we ready.
We gotta have you out to Atlanta sometime, man. We got some dope. We got 2 dope female MCs in Atlanta. You gotta check out. We actually, Lauren Amati and Christy Love. Actually, matter of fact, we actually had a.
Lord forgive you, boy. I know I was a hard head, running around, soaking game.